Hello folks, Behemoth back with some more Dead Space, headed into the last video.
You're almost there, Isaac. Get the marker to the pedestal.
Now I know it's the last video because my damned recording did that damned thing it does from time to time where it just records audio, no video. So, I've already beat this son of a bitch once, but I decided this one wasn't one I wasn't gonna let go without going back and remaking it, because this is obviously the ending battle, so I can't not upload that one. So I get to double back and do the whole damn fight all over again. One of these days I'll figure out what the bloody hell is causing that. Why it just decides randomly not to record video from time to time. Maybe I'll just get better recording software at some point. But one way or t'other, end result's gonna be the same. Some bitch is gonna die. Now I'm debating whether or not I want to do a playthrough of the impossible mode. Because impossible mode is the same difficulty as this. It's the hard difficulty with one save and you can't die. If you die once, you have to restart. So that wouldn't... I mean, I only died like 2, maybe 3 times in this entire run. And now that I know where the enemies are and when I'll be facing those problems, I can deal with them. So I'm thinking I can pull that off without too much trouble. I think that ain't everybody, that's most everybody. I'm not a huge fan of backing myself into a corner for these fights, but it looks like that was it. I could have took a hell of a lot more damage there if I wasn't careful. I'll have one more swarm like that I'm gonna have to deal with when I pop this tentacle over here. There's something that I can pick up over here. I heard it. Okay, so I can't slap you.
Please, Isaac! The hive mind is coming! You have to make a call!
Alright. Took a little bit of damage from that little baby bitch. Not enough to matter. Yeah, former doctors Clifton and Hogan were barricaded in. I intend to keep a complete log no matter what happens out there. Needs to keep a record. If the marker signal can change a body from a distance, we need to know. Something appears to be happening under the surface of the skin. Briny liquid is bursting from the mouth. He's choking, but he's, oh god, I hope it's a gas release. Splitting apart. What's this with feelers? Stretching, expanding outwards as the internal organs, muscle, and bone are bent inwards. No, the scanner, thank you. Internal organs have reorganized themselves. Its structure isn't. There seems to be a central organ now resembling a massive bladder. It's filling with a liquid we've seen spilling from his proboscis. Peeling gland, merging with the flesh from the chest. Shit, the leg just bent backwards, and okay, now the other one just snapped back up at the knee as well, starting to sit up. Seems fully reanimated. One who's free. To euthanize, God, do I have to think of everything? The spatter on the glass is making observation difficult. Unless it's transforming, but it's not. His legs are elongating, somehow flaying themselves, and they're twisting with a mixture of his own internal organs into a single appendage, just like some sort of tail. So it's contorting his jaws, clenching and unclenching. It's like it's crunching on itself, and shit several jaw-like appendages from his mouth, but it can't accommodate the... oh shit! Head is splitting up in two, can't. Hunting. Does he see me? No, the vents. He's going for the vents! PSAC, PSAC, has anyone left? And an organic crunching noise. Delicious. Organic crunching noise is everybody's favorite. Alright, so I'm pretty sure I'm just about done here. Got a little bit of stasis. Got about just over 100 rounds. These two guys blew up nicely right here. So, just gotta... Fog off and die, little tentacle. Fog off and die, little tentacle. Trigger anybody else out over here by the plinth? Don't look like it. Any other tentacles want to come up and try and grab me? Nope, y'all done? Well, good here. Head down to the end here where I can't get flanked.
Reunited with the pedestal.
We done? Looks like. Alright. That's just about all there is to do there. Alright, quit flailing around. Let's get this job done. I got work to do.
Thank you, Isaac.
She hopped that railing with a quickness. Because she's not really there.
Oh my God.
She's not real.
Geo-orbital gravity tethers offline. Tectonic load released. Impact imminent. All personnel, evacuate immediately.
Here comes a trillion tons of rock.
No.
Alright. Nothing over here except you. You should be good, you should be good, you should be good.
Rerouting gravity tether control.
Come on.
Forget it, Isaac. There's no fixing this.
Let her go, Daniels.
Let who go? Can't you see how delusional you are?
We've got to go. The payload from the planet crack is about to fall.
I gave you a chance to come around, Isaac. But if you still won't see it, I'll help you. One last time. Rig link override. This time, watch to the end.
Isaac, it's me. I wish I could talk to you. I'm sorry. I'm sorry about everything. I just wish I could talk to someone. It's all falling apart here. I can't believe what's happening. Strange. Such a little thing. Just had a talk.
Well, it's not
That's
little.
all this
It's
research was in the end.
probably,
Not much.
depending on what it's made of, anywhere from
That's
4 to
missing
6 tons if
big
it's solid.
convergence. But I had a different prayer. It spoke. And then it listened. Make this stop, I said. Maybe it understood, but...
How's my health looking? I'll take one of these smalls. Be 1 pip shy, but
I can't return what was taken. Why can't I see you again, Isaac? I loved you.
got a massive chunk of rock falling out of the sky onto our heads, and he takes 2 minutes to listen to a frickin' video from his ex-girlfriend. Talk about priorities. And there you have it, boys and girls. Nicole's been dead the entire time. That's why, if you look at the first letter of every chapter, they spell out quite clearly, Nicole is dead. The entire time, every time you encounter her, it's been a feckin' illusion.
Scientists from hydroponics. You both
Well, she was useful, or useless, or no, she was useful.
coal for you.
It'd be great if she could survive, but that's not going to happen. Nobody survives these things. Only me in my spiffy suit. Everybody else gets to die.
What the hell did you do?
You did this to yourself. Nicole's been dead this whole time. You just couldn't handle it, could you? Because if she's gone, at least now it'll be in safe hands. The marker won't turn anyone else into its puppet.
Cease the jibber jabber, I got things to do.
No.
Cease the jibber
We're
jabber.
whole again. For Jacob. sake, I'm not going to ask again, Cross.
No, people will die.
Then just do it. I've got nothing left to lose.
Cross!
Well, that takes care of that.
Isaac. You'll never recover from what the marker's done to you.
Oh, it was doing it to you too. You were talking about seeing your
And when the tectonic load
little
drops,
brother running around on the Ishimura.
just like Earth got wanted.
Alright, so that takes care of that.
Warning. Seismic activity increasing. Evacuate to safe locations.
Alright, let's go. We got shit to do, things to do, people to kill, things to kill, ships to steal,
The shuttle. I can still
planets to
make it before she
fight,
leaves.
goats to eat. It's gonna double me right back into that room I encountered the first time after it gives me a little bit of weapons and equipment to work with. Stop in here, grab some more stuff. Yeah, this is definitely gearing up for the big fight room. Bunch of lockers and supplies and all that jazz. Fairly certain my cutter is fully upgraded. My suit is fully upgraded. I'll double check both since I'm gonna be right here. $22 spare nodes. Well, that's fully upgraded as I can get it. These last few pips I can't get until I get the level 6 suit, which you unlock beating the game for the first time. So, alright. Weapons are all fully kitted up. I'm gonna pull ammo and health out of storage. I'm not gonna get brownie points for leaving anything behind, so... I mean, I've got 30 inventory spaces, I might as well friggin' use them. That should be everything. I'll buy 4 of these because why the bloody hell not? And I'll buy 30 rounds of that just to be safe. And that should be all I need. Alright, let's get this job done. Now, like I said, I already beat this and it didn't friggin' record, so you're not gonna see all those achievements pop up when I beat it again.
Last warning, Isaac. I mean it.
No. If she had just kept going, gotten into the ship, instead of stopping for 6 seconds right there, she'd have survived. If she had just kept going, she'd have made it into the ship.
Isaac.
But, nope, now she's a smear. Everybody's done but you, fella. You are all that's left. Well, I suppose it's theoretically possible somebody else survived. There were at least, like I said when I was playing, there were at least 6 or 7 Ishimura shuttles. So it's... So it's a distinct possibility that at least some of those shuttles survived, because we only ever see one. So some of them were probably destroyed in the hangar base, some of them were probably destroyed on the surface. But of 6 shuttles, at least one had to make it off. Somebody was smart enough to bail. Come on. Show me your weak spot. You big ugly. Yeah, problem is those strikes are borderline impossible to dodge. Alright, what do we got left? Not much. Same pattern as before. He pukes and then he slaps with the tentacles. Same dance. Same song, same dance. Winds up, gets back, you move. One more, one more. Come on, ugly. Wind up. Pump. Wind up. Pump. Wind up. And last but not least, gotcha. Done is done, big ugly. Done is done. Big old ugly meat mountain. Splattered good and proper. Alright. So, that looks like everything there is to look at here. Magically vanished down into the hole. We got a little bit of stuff to gather, and then we are done. Stomp on you because I like stomping on you. Time to go, Isaac. Time to be on our merry way. Fuck yo, marker. Let's see if that marker can survive having a friggin' moon crashed into it. Or at least a large chunk of rock the size of a small moon. So he just spins a little bit and ends up in low orbit. Mighty convenient. Chapter 12, Dead Space completed. There's another little hallucination, and he's back in deep space, nowhere near the planet now.
Isaac, it's me. Oh, I wish I could talk to you. I'm sorry.
Is it done? Is it over, Isaac? All the fun and excitement at an end. Hey, look, it's dead Granny. Alright. That, boys and girls, is the first ending. There are two for Dead Space. That's one thing that carried over from the original. A lot of stuff carried over from the original. There was not anything really new that jumps out at me. Of course, it's been a couple decades since I played the original, so I might not be remembering every single solitary little nook and cranny. But the weapons were the same, they functioned the same way, the general story was the same, went to A to B to C. There were some small updates here and there, but not much really. Nothing that really jumps out at me as new as far as the remake goes. So this one did pretty well, so I'm expecting we'll see a remake for Dead Space 2, which wasn't bad. Strained credulity a little more than this one, just with the scale of it. Because it takes place on a massive orbital station. I mean, the Ishimura was big, but the Ishimura was only a 1,000 crew ship, so it's theoretically possible they could have got overwhelmed in relative ease. The second game, if I remember correctly, took place on an orbital station with hundreds of thousands, if not millions, of people on it. And after the events of this, they'd have been covered up, sure, but you can never cover everything up. News of this would have got out to an extent. Somebody somewhere would have known how to fight these sumbitches. So it strains credulity that a station of 100,000s of people or even millions of people would be able to get overrun as quickly as the Ishimura was. But we'll see. I haven't heard a Dead Space 2 remake announced, but given their penchant these days for doing remakes of everything, I wouldn't be surprised in the slightest if they did. But that's a long, circuitous way of saying that's it for Dead Space. Thanks for watching, folks. I'll be back with something else in short order. I'm thinking I'm actually going to start streaming here in a bit. Thinking I've deciphered that particular technology, so I'll be giving that a shot in the next week or two. Probably doing Rumble's built-in streaming thing that they just came up with. Not on Twitch, because, well, maybe eventually on Twitch, but not in the short term, so. Alright, folks, again, thank you for watching, and I will see you soon in something else.